Good morning. So I've been asked to talk for 7 minutes about monetizing the value of networks. So originally I was going to tell you about the hundreds of millions of euros that Romtelecom has invested in its network, the quality of people that we have invested in, the data centers that we have invested in, and the result of these actions being in fact that we now, in terms of the B2B segment, are market leaders in the provision of internet services and premium data net services for business. But then I started to think, you've heard this all before. And maybe it really doesn't address what's actually happening in this market and some of the other markets that we have in Europe. Our industry is changing. The industry, the telecom industry in Romania is changing even more. We've heard about what the minister has said in terms of the penetration, or in terms of internet penetration, the number of mobile phones that we have. Okay, this is a market which is going through radical change. In fixed line business operators are losing voice revenue to the mobile operators. The mobile operators, with 100+ penetration in the market, are losing revenue as well as they compete to take even more market share. It's a never-ending cycle. All of these investments require more money to be invested in the network. The only problem is, every operator has the same strategy. We're all following each other. We go to our shareholders and we say, we need more money for the network. The shareholders say, and what is the EBITDA contribution that you will make in order to return these investments? We have our numbers. I have the same numbers, Cosmote, Vodafone, Orange. We are driven by numbers for the year, for the quarter, for the month, and some of us even by the week. So the rules are changing. Customers are changing. This whole concept of loyalty to an operator, whether it's a fixed operator or a mobile operator, is disappearing. So the value perception of our core products is disappearing. It made me think, when I did my studies, there was a gentleman called Michael Porter, a professor from Harvard, who basically talked about outstanding companies, technological companies, who were at the top. And if I think back 30 years later, most of those companies have now disappeared. And they have disappeared because they've failed to adapt their business to customer needs. So what do we want to be? What does Romtelecom want to be? Does it want to be known as having the best customer service? The best network? Where does it want to get its new revenue streams from? With declining voice, everybody says, let's compensate with data. The problem that you have with data, it will never compensate for the decline in voice. I don't care whether you're a mobile operator or a fixed line operator, we both have the same problem. The foundations are changing upon which we have built our original thesis. So the issue must be is that we actually need to be, I call it, in the case of Romtelecom, maybe more and more the disruptive influence. We have made the investment in our network. We actually need to use these assets, leverage them further, in order to provide new products and services. Most operators now are looking at the ICT market. The ICT market in most countries is bigger than the telecom market, and are trying to understand how they can adapt their products and services in order to play in this market. We have great assets. We have, in all of us case, I think, great brands. The thing that differentiates us is the people that we have to leverage those assets and those brands. How many of those people are prepared to take the risk and the chance of us as a disruptive influence? As a company